We are in a world today where systems are failing, government policies are not working, and crimes are on the rise. There are many in this country who have their dreams, but buried. A lot have seen better days, but they refuse to manifest. A lot have seen better days, but they refuse to manifest. Especially in situations where the citizens go through unfavorable decisions and conditions. I believe in Nigeria. I believe in a great nation, but the situation of things, especially the majority of Nigerians, are not the way it is. We are all hot. Despite all differences, we all should hope for a better Nigeria by investing in Nigeria, even though policies might not be favorable to enhance our business. We all know in Nigeria, we have a great heart. We believe that Nigeria can be great again and the best is yet to come. But we have to fix Nigeria. Nigerians are going through hard times. A lot of Nigerians cannot afford quality education. A lot of Nigerians have lost their jobs. A lot of Nigerians don't even know what tomorrow lies or what tomorrow has for them. People are killing each other. Where's the love we said we had? You know, I watched television some months back, maybe some weeks back, yeah. I watched television some weeks back and I saw a family, little kids, crying beside their father's grave. What was the reason? Their father went out to get kids. He went to get food for the kids. He went to harvest products. And he never came back alive. Is this what we live in? Those who hate human lives took away his life. Those who hate the human race. Those who feel that they have special lives. What is the fate of families, likewise many other families in Kaduna, Benue, Enugu State? A lot of people are scared these days to travel by the road because they have people, armed men, come outside on the road and they extort citizens. They use guns and extort citizens. Kidnappings are on the rise. We still have to ask ourselves where these guns come from, because even if you go to our borders with 500 naira, you pass our borders without even a passport or identification. These things have to change. We have to look into all this. In the Niger Delta, let's look at the Niger Delta. In the Niger Delta, we have fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are everywhere. Everyone's life is in danger. Yet no attempt to give free marks to citizens for covering their nose to avoid infections. They get polluted by the air they breathe. Their waters are bad, the roads are bad, and that is where Nigeria has been dependent on for years. They don't even have good waters. The development is on the low side in the Niger Delta. But this is where our money has been coming from. This is where the country's revenue really lied on for years. We have to look at this. We have to look at situations where schools owned by organizations and its members can't even afford it. We all preach religion, but we can't help our brothers and sisters in the street. We all pass them every day. Every child deserves a good life. It is shameful that there is no law guiding the kids of broken relationship. The mothers take all the burdens and the man messes around. We have to fix that. If our parents were born with hope and quality education, where has it declined so much? What is wrong? Where do we get it wrong? Every child deserves the best. The kids deserve the best and access to good and best schools, the best teachers. We all want our children to live in a Nigeria that is peaceful and equality exists. We all want the happiness of our children. But where do we start from? Because these things matter a lot. Our children deserve the best. And if the country is not secure for our children, they have to go through a lot. We want a peaceful place. It is difficult to change Nigeria for good. With free health care, elevating poverty, improve our schools, create a good power supply. This is because we have the political power and the political will. We have to build a nation of coalition. We can only solve our challenges together. Our schools have to be built with standard level. Roads have to be built. Jobs have to be created. A lot of Nigerians are jobless. They are suffering. That is why they can follow someone agitating. Our economy have to rise because we have it all it takes, especially when it comes to our minerals. We have to be more work. We have to put more work to our situations. The role of the citizen in democracy is not just to vote, but to collaborate with the government. Citizens have to collaborate with the government to make the country great. It's not just left for the government. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to hold us together. What holds us together in Nigeria is the belief that Nigeria has to be great, and they're willing to make Nigeria better. We have listened to people who made excuses for years. Yeah, we have really listened to people who made excuses for years for doing nothing. This brings us more sorrows because most of us don't even have faith. We don't even care about tomorrow. We don't even know what lies between us tomorrow. We now have people who put profit over people, greed over need, and deceit over building the nation. If not, why will radios, wheelbarrows, sewing machines, keke napeps still be shared as youth empowerment in this generation, in this century? And people, you still see people still happy that they're sharing such things to them in the name of youth empowerment. When nations are meant to stand up, when citizens are meant to stand up to collaborate to build industries. There's a difference between building industries and engaging your people in a poverty level within time. These are not youth empowerment. Giving of wheelbarrows, sewing machines and the rest are not youth empowerment. Youth empowerment is when industries come together, when citizens come together to build strong industries, to create employment. This will help our economies really good. This will not just create jobs. This will not just create jobs, but improve the standard of living and contribute to our economy as a nation. The media has failed us so much by carrying such news and praising such citizens. And when you read it, I feel so ashamed when I see such, because this is not the economy. This is not the Nigeria that Nigeria is meant to be. Nigeria has to be better than that. If you're working for 40 hours in a week, you shouldn't be living a normal life in this country. You should have a high standard. Your lifestyle should be high. The standard of living should be high. You don't expect youth couples to cope with 19.8 monthly. When the cost of living, the cost of goods and services is on the high side, it keeps increasing every day, and they're living on 19,800 naira monthly. That's never fair. And yet you expect them to invest, to save money, to start up something for themselves, no matter how little it is. We have to look at this. A lot of old people today don't even get their pensions after working for the government for over 20 years. All because the government cannot afford it. That is just the reason. The government cannot afford it, so they pay their pension. This hurts a lot. This hurts a lot of people. And when you see a lot of leaders over the years, people, citizens who have led us, they've collected loans from their state, huge loans. What did they do with their loans? A lot of states are really in debt. Billions of naira, hundreds of billions of naira, some almost reaching trillions. They are really in debt, and yet there's no form of development. Where did the money go to? Is it in building roads? Where are the roads? What standard are the roads that are being built? We have to look at this. Loans are meant to be collected to last within the tenure. That is just the simple truth. It should not exceed your tenure. And these loans are meant to be used to create employment, to build industries, not to build things that won't last or of not of standard. Things that we have to get things right to fix Nigeria in this country. We have to fix this country right, and we have to get it right. Let's look at our military. Our military men have tried so much over the years to protect us, to increase we have to increase our high standard of living. They deserve good pay. They deserve good pay. Even when they retire, their kids deserve subsidized education. Why would doctors refuse to treat a patient? I still ask myself why doctors will refuse to treat a patient just because he doesn't have money, when they swore to protect lives and to save lives in this country. They still refuse to treat a patient first. Save life first before you talk about money. That is the right thing, but they go after the money before it. These are things that we need to address. We need to address our personal lifestyles and making Nigeria great again. We have to change things. When substandard roads are being built and we come and praise those people, after 3 years those roads get bad and someone comes to put money again. People have to, we citizens have to recognize the fact that roads are not really important. The priority is to build industries first, then focus on other things. With industries being built, it will create more jobs, it will create more revenue for the country. Those revenues, when taxed, when you tax those businesses, especially the industries, this tax is what you use to build. You don't build when you don't have money coming in, when you're relying on one source. A lot of youths, every single year, a lot of youths stop serving the government. They finish their NYSC service. And where do they go for? They carry their bags every day looking for jobs all over the street. They look for jobs all over the street and they still don't get jobs. 80% of Nigerian youths today are jobless. I will tell you the simple truth. If you go out to the street, you will hear the cries of the people. People are jobless and they need job. It's not by saying I created job. What's the job you created? Is it by saying conductors should wear suits? Or coming out to say you have a common sense? Where's the common sense when your people are suffering? When you can't stand? When you have oil companies who chose to recognize their headquarters in Lagos, while the place where their drills are, where their refineries are, is in somewhere else. These companies have to have a first-hand feeling of what people around there go through, because a lot of things are going wrong. They're going through a lot of things in those communities. They don't have good water. Look at Benue State. Let's just look at all those things. Look at how people died. People are frustrated in the nation because things are not being done right. The roots are not those in government. The roots are not the branches of government. The roots are not citizens who are leaders. The roots are we who are the citizens. We are proud of ourselves and great. We have to look at ourselves. We are the root. We are the foundation. We are the foundation of democracy. We are the foundation of where we live, where we stand. And if we have to address this, it is between us to address things. We can't keep having someone move on a convoy of more than 10 cars. What's your portfolio? Well, before you were there, how many convoys are you driving? These are expenses that who are you scared of? You say, just state your own salaries. Just state its own salaries, and you still come out to do live programs, especially during Christmas period. Like seriously, you show live programs on TV. You show for 4 days in the whole of Christmas period. You show live programs and your own salaries. Is that common sense? These are things we have to look at. I call for a charge. I charge us. I charge everyone. Let us stand for a great Nigeria. It is up to us to make a change. And with you and I, we can make a change. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.